Well, so if you have a little bit of time, so tell me about your book. What got you to like? I didn't even know that. I wish I'd asked you more questions about that. What I can ask you now. So tell me about your book,
So
and
my book,
we'll
yes.
we'll supply the link. So I'll ask you for the link, and I'll definitely post it up as well. And hopefully we can get you some. Whoever wants information about that can get the book.
Yes, yeah. So, what I did is, I've been working on ideas for the book. It actually had a different title that the publisher changed. So I wanted it to say what I wish my clients knew before they needed me, but they felt like the title was a little negative. So it changed into How to File and Survive a Divorce in California. And it's really a lot more, rather than legal advice, it's practical advice. It's practical information of things that, divorce is so scary to navigate. And there's a lot of questions, and Google has worlds of misinformation there. And it's important to know what may be correct in New York or Texas is not going to apply in California. And so people would come in with these false beliefs about what the divorce process looks like. And people often feel like the only way to get divorced is to go to court and have the two attorneys, and they look at, War of the Roses or Marriage Story, and believe that the only way to get divorced is to have the attorneys go and argue about everything and fight it out in court. And that's not true. And I discuss litigation in the book because that's definitely an option. But we also explore the more positive approaches to divorce. So, what does divorce mediation look like? What's collaborative divorce? Can you just hire an attorney to help consult with you? And then what does litigation look like? And it talks about a lot of those do's and don'ts, like don't post things on social media. Social media is out there for everything to see. Learn how to communicate with your former spouse. Follow the court orders. What are other professionals that you might want to look at? Do I need a forensic accountant? Do I need to have somebody value the business? And how do all these roles play into a way that can actually save me money? And I also talk about not making emotional decisions. Like, we don't want to, in a divorce, it's about a balance sheet when it comes to the finances. Family law courts are really equitable courts. They don't care who's right and wrong. We're a no fault state. And a judge is not going to make a judgment of you're a bad spouse, you're a good spouse. And because of that, you get everything you want and you get nothing you want. And so it's talking about how to take the emotion out of it.
But I'm right. What are you talking about? I'm right. I should get everything.
Right. So do you want to be happy or do you want to be right?
I love that. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, that's great. That's great. And so I will talk about the importance of using a mental health professional if you need it, and just being aware when you're signing that divorce, document, you don't really get a do-over. If you've waived spousal support forever, you can't come back and change your mind. And so it's got some legal information. It talks about the divorce process. It talks about what do the courts look at? How do they make their decisions? But a lot more of that is just that practical advice, and how to get through it.
Well, thank you. I wish I'm so glad that's awesome. You're going to cover all that in your book, and I definitely will post up the link. Well, Patricia, thank you so much. I really want to thank you for taking the time. I know we've been wanting to do this for a while. Anything else you want to add before we wrap things up?
Well, I just want to say thank you to you, Sanjay. I always love looking at your videos. I know you have other series, and you're my go-to on the employment law aspect. And I really thank you for taking the time to set this up with me today.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. You have a phenomenal YouTube channel. We're definitely going to post up the link as well. You have tons and tons of videos. In fact, it's quite inspiring to know that you cover so many different areas of family law that I wouldn't even have considered, this being one of them, which is why we are doing this. And I hope we can have this chance to do it again on a different topic.
Absolutely. I would love that.
All right. Thanks, Patricia.
Thank you, Sanjay.